Yo,
Yo. Well, I'm at the cookout.
that's what it feel like.
Already, I'm at the cookout, boy.
Got that,
I
got, got,
did too
got, got that
much.
barbecue, mesquite,
Yeah, bro.
all the flavors. Feel like you cooking right now, huh?
I'm out there, man, flipping and yeah, man.
You got on the
Flipping
dad
burger
sandals,
patties and flipping
dad
chicken breast.
sandals,
I'm doing it.
dad sandals on.
I messed up, bro. We gonna see
That ain't the
though.
one. See,
Not
I
on this
think
empty stomach, it ain't the one.
you didn't approach your cigar choice the way I approached my cigar choice for today. So last week, I'm pretty sure that we had, from my recollection, our ratings were around the same ballpark, right? Same ballpark. I think 3.7, 3.8, 3.6, whatever, somewhere below the fours. So my mindset was, I got to do better this week. I can't go back to back under four. So, and to be real with you, my first choice was a CAO. This is what I picked up for the day, right? This was my first choice of what I was
Yeah.
going to smoke. But I'm like, and I still got it. Because I was still curious about the cigar. But I was like, I'm not going back to back. I'm gonna be determined to not go back to back, hitting a sub 4 for a cigar smoke for the show. Not doing it. So as I'm navigating the humidor, I kind of drift towards Davidoff. And I run into an anniversary. And you know how I've been kind of chasing anniversary sticks, thinking it's going to give me the thing I want and get me that high rating of, that realm of what I love. So I don't think that you were being thoughtful with what you were going with today.
What was it, man? I had a pesty garçon a few weeks back, and he was just suggesting all this stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Let me step out my realm of what I make decisions based off of, and
Okay.
I'll go with a few. So I went with like 2 or 3 from Garçon's choice, and this was sitting around there. So this wasn't something I went and grabbed for the day. It was something I was like, what's different than my stash that I already got, that I haven't smoked on air, and I think this is it. So that's how I made my choice out of what was left, not out of looking to make a good decision.
You wasn't playing it safe. I was not willing to risk it today. I'm not saying I played it safe. So I don't think I played it safe, but I wasn't
You
willing
are
to risk.
if you got what I think you got, Katrina bread.
I mean, okay. Based on the brand, based on the band and the company, okay, I might have played it safe. But at the same time, Davidoff doesn't always give me what I want. I've had some Davidoffs where I'm like, this wasn't worth the price. I've been there before.
You still play it safe. You play it safe. You still play it safe.
I don't get no. I don't get nothing.
Nah. Not if you got that D. That name that starts with a D that I think you paused. That I think you said.
I know we don't play the pause game, but hey, pause.
It felt pause worthy. As soon as I said it, I said, "Uh-oh."
Now you literally paused too. I saw it.
Yeah, I literally paused.
Let me get that one back.
Yeah, man, I was trying not to give away the name of the cigar. I mean, it's given away at this point. Did you want to get into the cigars, or you want to get into some conversation?
We might as well do it. Last week we waited like way deep into the episode before we actually got into talking about our cigars. So we might as well go ahead and talk about what we got, especially since we already mentioned how I feel about my cigar, how you feel about your cigar, playing it safe versus going with what you had. So let's go ahead and reveal it. Let's go ahead and talk about it.
Let's do the reveal.
All right, so there we go, man. So me, I got Davidoff Escurio. I think that's how it's pronounced. 10th anniversary. So I'm going with an anniversary stick. So it's from 2015 to 2025.
Yeah, that's about safe as it get.
Yeah, man. So anniversary sticks. I'm gonna give you a rundown of what I got. So based on the Davidoff, based on the 10th anniversary, it being an anniversary stick, it was safe, right? So I thought. But now I'm looking at the flavor profile. The flavor profile does not seem safe at all. I was actually, what's up, Katrina? I was actually kind of concerned. Was that Lisa in there too? Okay. And Theseus.
That's
What's
not
up,
it.
y'all? That
They
ain't it.
Seuss.
Verzuz. Okay. I had to slow it down. Look at it phonetically.
Yeah, yeah.
But the flavor profile is all the way in the deep red. Deep red. The wrapper's Ecuador. Origins Dominican Republic. Binder filler is Brazilian and Dominican. So got a mixed bag. And anytime I see that Brazilian, it's always caused to pause. Always like, well, hold on, wait. Am I in over my head?
The
And then when I
knees
took the thing
start
out
doing
the
this right here, don't they? The
yeah.
knees start tapping each other.
It started knocking a little bit. So when I took it out the cellophane, you know how some of those cigars give you that warm welcome, that nice aroma that said, "Ooh, this is gonna be a nice burn. It's gonna be easy burn. It's gonna be easy smoke. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna be a nice ride." When I took this one out, it said business. It said, "Ain't nothing fun about this." That's what it told me. I gave it a little sniff test. I'm like, "Come on, give me something that's gonna make me like, you know what I'm saying, giddy. Like, ooh, it's gonna be a fun ride, amusement park." Nah, it's like nah, hard nose. So I think I'm in over my head. I try to play it safe, but maybe not so much. This might be a puncher.
Good. I like that. I like that. I like that. That's what you get. That's what you get. Hey,
Flavor
what's going
profile
on?
is all
Greetings,
the way up.
brother. Or sister, greetings. Greetings, friend. We'll say that since I don't
Yeah.
know. But now, Patrina, for me, mine is loud, 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 loud. Before I even put fire to it, it was loud. It punched me in the face. As soon as I took it out the cellophane, it was like,
Yeah.
we here,
Immediate.
we in here. It came out,
Immediate.
pushed me in the chest, two hands, and was like, "What up, though?" Like, so I'm like, all right, it's like that.
Yeah.
What I got is how you pronounce their name? Is it Muwak?
I have no idea. Muwat?
Never heard nobody say it. But
Muwat.
Muwat is what I'm gonna say. The Kentucky Fire Cured Just a Friend. Just a Friend by
Is it
Muwat.
friendly?
Kentucky
Is it friendly? That's the next thing.
This thing ain't friendly so far. This thing right here smells like I am literally at the park and I am the head of the grill. I am grill master for the day. It's got
Smoke all in
mesquite
your eyes.
smell. Yeah, all in the eyes. The aroma now is just as this smoke comes over here from the ashtray, it's strong. It's taking over the room. It's taking over my lungs. I can't even get a comfortable breath with it. You know what I mean? Like it's just mesquite, barbecue, smoky, heavy smokiness. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we're gonna see how it actually smokes in the meanwhile though.
Well, you know what? Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. So we
You can be
both ended
petty
up in
back.
the same boat, similar boat anyway. So it is what it is.
Yeah, man. So yeah. So we got some interesting rides for these cigars today. But I'll tell you what, our cigars aren't settled. And it's kind of rocky. It's rocky for me. I'm pretty sure it's rocky for you. But let's segue into my first my first frame of thought. So before going into this show, I've been having these thoughts about life lately, and trying to figure out this mind state that I'm in. Like right now, I'm like super obsessed with my later life. Later life. We're talking about post retirement, finally getting to the point of being settled in, nestled in, and being like this is my forever life for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, 40 years if I'm blessed enough to see that, right? And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just this age that we're at, and it's not the ebb and flow when we talk about the lifestyles, when we talk about lifehoods and childhood, adulthood phase, but it's just something that's just yearning right now. This extreme yearning and extreme calling that says I gotta rush to get to what I need to get to in life so I can have that lifestyle that I want, that stability of just this longevity of I am where I need to be and where I want to be and just hold it there and be good and be good. So I'm trying to figure out, is that where have you been experiencing that? Or is it just this lifestyle that I've been living over the last 40 plus years of not never being settled, that now I'm getting to that point of wanting to just have this life where I'm not going to see any change for the next 50 years.
I don't I don't know if I'm looking for settled per se, but I have spent my life, all my life, thinking more about the future than the present. So I'm actually in a different place. And it's funny, people always say the grass is greener on the other side. It's funny that, you know, we're going into two different mindsets about
Mm-hmm.
our future lives. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I
Yeah.
always miss the moment, worrying about the next moment being better. So
Mm.
even if I was living in the moment, I was not truly engaged entirely in the
In that
moment
moment.
because I
Yeah.
wouldn't commit fully. I would always be like, all right, play it smart because this next moment gonna be even better. We building momentum towards something. It's gonna get better, you
Mm.
know, and I just missed the
Okay.
moment. And I had to be aware of myself. Yo, you gotta start just fully enjoying the moment. You keep thinking you're gonna get this next moment, and that was the moment. The next moment
Yeah.
don't come. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna go. We travel here, but I ain't gonna spend too much money. I have too much fun because we're gonna travel again, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
right when I come back, and it's gonna go down next time. And then I don't ever go back to the place. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you missed the moment.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So my approach has been different as far as that goes, as far as planning for the future. It's like now I got to stop worrying about the future so much and just worrying about right now. And I feel like that's where I'm at personally.
Really, man.
Yeah.
So like we're on two totally different outlooks right now. Like I am like super obsessed with the future. Like obsessed with the future. Like I can't let it go. Like I've tried to be okay. Today's today. Today's the moment. Let me be in this moment right now. But something does not allow me to settle into this moment because I feel like I'm unsettled in this moment. And I'm thinking about the settling later on down the line. And that's what I'm obsessed with. Because I don't feel like I have anything that's settled right now. And maybe I do, but maybe I'm overlooking it and or confusing it for something else that it's not. But I just don't feel like I got that right now. And I'm just I just wanted to be closer and closer and closer. And I'm reaching out my hand trying to get to it at at the best rate possible. So I don't know. But like right now, I'm not in the moment. I'm not in the moment.
I don't from my experience being like that, I think not being in the moment leads to some regrets. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
not heavy regrets, but just I could have made more of that. I could have done that a little better. I could have enjoyed that more. You know, especially when
Yeah.
you know you ain't gonna get it. Think about it this way. If you find out, if you knew that you were never gonna spend time with a friend ever again in life, you would spend time with a
You would took
friend.
some day, yeah, yeah, yeah. You took
Yeah, when you
advantage of
leave
some
them,
good
you
days.
never think this is the last time I'll see you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like not that they
yeah,
gotta die or anything, but you just like, all right, we just went our separate ways. You know what I'm saying? And we were close. Like, and now
yeah,
I should have made time to go hang out with so and so or whatever. You know?
yeah. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But I just don't know. I don't know. I can't get into into the now. But it hasn't always been like that for me. Like I used to be like that at one point because like especially like moving around to different places, like I always knew it was going to be something else next. So it was always let's make the most of the moment that I am in. Like when I was living in El Paso, let's try to soak up as much as possible. Let's take advantage of being in this region of the country because
Yeah,
ain't no telling if I'm ever going to be here or not. Even when I lived in Japan as a kid, I was in that mindset of let me try to enjoy as much as I can and see it and go by the water and sit by East China and see as much as possible because I don't know if I'll ever have this again. And 20 years, 30 years later, yeah, I haven't put eyes on the East China Sea since then. So I even
yeah.
had that mindset as a kid to think to soak in as much as possible in the moment that wherever I was. I feel like that started when we lived in Louisiana. I remember being like 9 years old, even having that thought of being like, man, I just need to enjoy these moments. Like we're about to move and this is happening, and I ain't gonna see these people, I ain't gonna have this again. This is that. And then it carried on with me to Japan and then off into you know what I'm saying, later teens into young adulthood. And then even more so when I joined the military myself, and it's like, okay, I'm in Georgia. Let me get up to Atlanta. Let me go down to Savannah. Let me go down to Destin. Let me enjoy this region. I don't know if I'm ever going to be here again. And then even when I
Yeah.
was in the DC area, and now here in, but it's just where I'm at now. It's like, okay, this is what this is, but I'm not so much concerned about this anymore. It's like
You know what it is, man?
now I feel like things are fleeting. I think that's what it is. I feel like things are fleeting. I think I've seen so much fleeting throughout my life. It's just maybe I just don't trust the moment anymore. I don't trust the moment anymore because it's gonna leave me anyway.
That's interesting though, because you've done it the other way your entire life because out of necessity to. And I've spent 40 years doing it thinking the next moment will be better. And you've done it the other way. So now you're at a point where like, let me do it this way. You feel like the clock is running. Let me do it this way. But I feel like the clock is running. And now I'm like, let me do it the other way because I missed too many moments. I didn't get all the juice out of these moments. You know what I'm saying? And now I can't afford not to get all the juice out moving forward. And you like, hey, something gotta stop and slow down so I can settle, so I can enjoy the moments. Like it's just a new approach, but we still trying to get to the moments. Like, but
yeah, I like that.
You done seen the grass ain't greener on that side, and I seen the grass ain't greener on this side, and now we cross paths, trying out the other way.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to think, like how different lifestyles can lead you to approach life differently at different points in life.
Yeah,
like right now, I'm just like I was leaving my neighborhood, going up the street, and I'm just watching people getting their yards together. You know, spring is hitting. It's a little chilly outside. I got my jacket on. Texas has failed me today. It's a little too cold in Texas. It ain't patio weather today. But people in their yard, they planting stuff, and I'm like, but I got this house that I live in. It's a nice house, but it's like I can't get into anything now. Like I want to be out there taking pride in my yard and building stuff in my backyard and doing this, but it's fleeting. So what am I doing it for?
yeah.
And it's like I want to get to that where like this is mine and this is my sanctuary. This is my thing. This is mine. This is my space. This is my time. But it's like at right now it's like all this is fleeting. I'm going to lose this at some point. I'm not going to have this tomorrow or the next year or whatever. Like it's all temporary, and I don't like that temporary feeling anymore. The temporary feeling is making me feel uneasy, and it's almost messing with my mind state in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It's creating some kind of mental disability for me. I'm joking on Wale, but like it's getting me to that point to where like it's creating something like some kind of disability for me right now. Like I don't like this unsettled feeling anymore. It's not okay.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting you talk about that from the point of view of a mindset, because I actually saw somebody that broke this down in the simplest way, that as far as how your mindset creates your reality. You know, it sounds like the little hippie new age stuff, you know, when people say that, but they broke it down in the simplest fashion. They were like, hey, somebody asked, how do you get over regrets that you have in life? You know, replaying the regrets and moving on. And they were like, it's simple. The moments aren't here with you physically anymore. You're not reliving these moments over and over physically.
Yeah,
they only stay with you here. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to control this, because this now becomes your perception and the thing you focus on. And I seen a video that goes into this whole what you focus on thing, and not on no new age hippie stuff, just on some matter of fact, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they were like, hey, in 5 seconds, I'm gonna show a picture, and in the picture, pick out how many yellow vases are in the picture. And then they show it for like 5 seconds, and then they flash back. When they flash back, they're like, how many vases was it? All right, now name one blue item that was in the room. And you can't name the blue item because you've been focused on the yellow. And they're like, that's how your mind works. You miss noticing all the good things happening in your life if you focus on the bad things. And it's just like it goes into the mindset, how the mind really is. It controls you in a way that can really ruin your life if you let your mind out of control and don't figure out how to control.
It can shift the reality of things. It can make it can tell the story of what you've seen differently, and then also what you retain. I thought you were going to go in a different direction when you mentioned like the yellow vases or whatever, and like how much you forget and don't retain even when you are focused on something, right? So somebody can show you a picture of like, say those 10 vases, say there's 10 vases, but then 5 minutes later you can only recall seeing 4 of them. Like how much those things dwindle over time, like how rich the moment is right now and then you go years later, months later, even down the line, and things become gray, and all that
Yeah.
richness gets lost throughout the time, and you only have those small parts of that memory left of what you've experienced, even though you were present in the moment and so engulfed in it, and it was there and around. How much of it do you actually retain going forward?
Not all of it. You just remember your general feeling from it
Hmm.
that you were left with. You might not even remember. Like we all have nostalgia for the past, but
Yeah.
we weren't all happy in the
What
past
happened?
either.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
When we
Like
think back,
so,
like, oh man, those were the good times. Man, those were good days. Man, bring those good days back. It wasn't
yeah,
always good. It
they
wasn't
weren't all
always great.
good. You had some miserable moments in them good days too. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
And it
so,
also worked on the
it
flip
is that.
side. People think things were all bad, and you go back and think, nah, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad.
Yeah. It becomes this perception thing, man, and overcoming the mental battle when it comes to perception and what it is you want, what you already have versus what you think you need, what you
Yeah,
think you want. Like
yeah. Because
it's a lot of
sometimes
mental battles to
what you
fight.
think you need, and you're missing on what you think you need, you're forgetting about what you have, and not using it and appreciating it to its to its full extent and its full value. You miss out a lot. You miss out on a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. And a lot of times you got what you need, but you got to shift your mindset to realize you got it. Like,
Hmm.
it can be people
Yeah,
that be like, man, I don't have no social life or no friends, but you got 3 good friends, and some people got
and that's what you
10
need. Yeah,
basic friends. They're not
terrible
even on a
friend.
deep
Yeah,
level. They can't trust them. Like
yeah.
you got more, but you jealous of the person on the doing they got less value than you got, because of that grass is greener thing. Nikki.
What's up, Nikki? Good to see you here.
Yeah, so it's yeah, man. You talking about having the what you say, the mental disability is which I think what you referred to it is. It
Yeah,
can disable you. The your mind can really disable you if you're not careful with how you control it.
Man's
Oh yeah,
McKnight. What's
man.
up?
Night,
What's
we
up?
good. We good, man. So I hope you good.
Yeah, hopefully y'all are lighting up a cigar with us too, and enjoying the moment right now with us. Hey, we talked about the moment. Be in the moment. Be in the moment with us. Be
Yeah, man.
in
Be
the
in the moment,
moment.
man. Light a cigar, you contribute, man. If you're going through something, whatever. But yeah,
Yeah, let us know how y'all are feeling. How is y'all mental states right now? Like when we talk about like mental states and things like that, it became one of those popular conversations, and it became like you remember when like the being a conscious rapper was the thing to be, and being all conscious, like it became a cool fad.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the true essence of like really understanding mental health and the mental process kind of got away from us in the fad of it all. It's
Yeah.
become ish to like, oh, mental, blah 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 blah. But we're sometimes we're missing the true essence of it, like just the
Yeah,
everyday
yeah,
practicality of it. You know what I mean? The everyday
yeah.
practicality of
Yeah, take all the fad of it out of it, take the mystique out of it, all of the fancy voodoo stuff people talk about, just break it
it.
down
Mhm.
on a simple level, like, and when you really consider it, like, like you said, it has become trendy to talk about mental health.
Trendy.
It
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're not depressed if you're having a bad day and you sad, you just sad that day. You know what I'm saying? Like you depressed when it lasts for a year. That's depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Hmm.
so it's too easy. I don't want to get into basketball, but Paul George blamed mental health for why he took
Oh
PEDs.
yeah,
It's
he
like,
did. I
come on,
remember
man.
that did come up a couple days ago. Like,
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't use it that way because there are people really going through it. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Respect it
mhm.
enough to save it for those who really going through some
Really going
serious
through it.
stuff, man. And
Yeah. So Patrina said she thinking of the good times with her cousin. Okay. Oh, it's been
43rd
3 months since
birthday
she
today.
passed.
Okay. It's been,
Condolences.
oh man, my condolences, Patrina. I know today is one of those days you're gonna definitely have them in heart and soul and mind today.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like they said, we say like, hey, if you miss out on thinking about the now and appreciating the now, when family members, friends, and things like that, they pass, and it's like you ain't thinking about, like we talked about Chuck Norris the last week, and think about like how that maybe, you know what, I think that's where it came from. Remember I said it had me thinking about life and stuff like that. Now
Yeah.
I think it's a continuation of that because it's been within the same mind frame of now I'm in this rush to get to my stability because it's so fleeting. It's so fleeting. Life is so fleeting, and I want to get to where I can hold on to something. That's what it is. That just that just jog my memory as far as like why I'm probably where I'm at with my mind state.
Yeah,
I'm ready to
you
get
know.
I'm ready to get something to hold on to.
Something to hold on to. Right, look, this is the other thing that's bad about it. You know, we at that age where we still feel young, but then you start getting real about it. You're like, man, I got about a good 10, 15 that I can enjoy the way I want to enjoy left. And
Yeah.
then you like,
Yeah, I mean, like you were mentioning something about when I was talking about my running and like how I just get up and I go run 10 miles like it's nothing. And yesterday I was planning on running 10 miles and that 10 miles got significantly shorter. And he was like, man, you ever take like videos and just like try to just capture the moment that you in and just because you're going to want to go back and revisit that and say, man, back in the day I used to run like that. Look at me go.
look at
Look
me
at me
go.
go. Because in our mind, like we still think we're young because we are relatively young, but that time frame between being young and falling off, it's thin, it's slim,
It's
it's
thin.
slim.
It's thin.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
because we still
Ain't that
middle
much
aged,
time
even though we
between.
got something left in the tank. We are middle aged men. You know what I'm saying? At
Mm-hmm,
the end of the day, so like, yeah, I expect to be getting around good in my 60s, but I
mm-hmm.
ain't gonna be getting around like this in my
I
60s.
like
These
this.
are the
I
last
like this.
years, and it's like if I'm going my last physical prime years at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Mm-hmm.
you want to be able
This,
to
this
enjoy your life in
last
those
good
years.
go. This is your last good go.
That's
Better
good
take
go.
advantage of
Yeah, I don't want to be on the yacht with the dad bod and the big belly. You know what I'm saying? Like in the
it.
saggy leg skin.
I want to look good on that yacht. You know what I'm saying?
I want to look
You know
good
how
on the
like
yacht. You know what I mean?
you finally get the car of your dreams, you finally get the yacht and the things you want in life, but you ain't got the image to match it. Not the image that you had when you were 25. It's not how you
Right.
saw you having these things when you 60, 70 years old.
Most definitely. So, Mans asked, what were you two gents taught on the definition of being a friend? And how were you taught on how to value and maintain a good friendship?
Oh, that's an easy question. I like that. I like that. You want to go
You want
first?
to
You want to
go?
address it first?
You kick it off.
Okay, I'll kick it off. I mean, it became simple for me to go into this. Honestly, like I'm sitting across from somebody I consider my best friend. I was always scared to say the word best friend. I was always afraid to use that term. I thought it was a weak
Yeah,
term.
we ain't from that era.
We ain't from
Yeah.
the era. It's my best friend. No, but anyway, and to me, I was telling this story not too long ago. Actually, I think I was talking to Chastity about it. How we even went through our up and down as we were becoming young men, as we were young men, and having to understand each other and not seeing it the way that each other seen it, and then going apart. You had to go do your thing. I had to go live my life, and then we eventually came around. And I remember it was just we had one good conversation, and we've been like back tight ever since then. Ever since that one conversation, and that's what it took as far as just understanding the person, and that the person isn't going to have a same mindset, even though we share the similar mind states and we have similar things. You got to understand that this is a man who got to go do what he got to do. He got to learn his lessons and live his life the way he got to live. I got to live mine, and we just learn what that respect looks like, and then
Yeah.
understanding. Okay, I'm going to pour into him just like he's going to pour into me. He's going to appreciate me just like I'm going to appreciate him. But that appreciation might look differently at different points in life. It doesn't have to match. And I think where people get into problems in their friendship is they're saying, "Well, I'm giving this, and they're not giving this back exactly the way I want it." Instead of understanding the person who they are and how they show that appreciation, how they show that respect, and then respecting that person for how they display those things. I can't make him think like how I'm thinking or show respect or show things the way I would want to do it. I just got to appreciate the way he does it, or however whatever friend that is. And I have friends in different tier levels, and I just understand who they are at where they are and who they are. And they don't have to match that same for the other friend and the other friend. They ain't all got to look the same. You just understand the individual. You understand the brackets you put in, the parameters you give them, and just appreciate the person for who they are in the moment and in that
Yeah.
space. And that's it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And that goes to what the maintaining of a good friendship and whatnot. And it does come down to that. A lot of it is knowing we all recognize intent, and you got to be pretty good at understanding the context of certain moments. You know what I'm saying? And we all have good different upbringing. We all have different life experiences, and you're going to see things differently, like you said. And with that being said, it's a matter of being respectful of that and understanding the context of a moment. This person, did they have my best interest in mind? Were they actually being caring in their own way? And like you said, it's going to look different from all of us, but you got to be capable of just recognizing this is a good person, and this person, they got my back, they've supported me. And you know, it ain't always got to look the way that you give love. What are you talking about? The love languages and stuff. Everybody's love language is gonna be different. It's gonna look different. It's gonna feel different. But you know, if you enjoy a person's company, enjoy them for the way you enjoy them. Now, as far as how I define friendship, I hadn't put a lot of thought into an actual definition. I don't feel like I was ever taught that. For me, I'm a loyal person, and I think loyalty for me is big in a friendship. If somebody's down for me and there and just being around is really all I need. Most cases, I don't ask for a lot from my friends, you know. So if you just show up, I'll have love for you the way I am, you know. And then and we grow together as people, you know. And sometimes we may grow apart in certain aspects, but we will continue to grow. And then you can pour into one another, like he said, and you can gain something from the relationship. At some point in time, it ain't got to be every day you gaining something, but if you guys can help each other grow on some level, it's a great friend. It's a great friend, and you should hold on to him. Yeah, regardless of the ups and downs.
And you ain't got to have a lot of them. You ain't got to have a lot of them.
Yeah, just a few you trust.
1, 2, or 3 good friends you got. Hey, that's all you really need. Yeah. And they ain't all got to have the same function or play the same role. You know what I mean?
Katrina said she slowed down a lot. My job be trying to get me to stay over and work. Not happening. Yeah.
Hey, look.
It ain't worth it. The stress ain't worth it.
Work life balance. Hey, look. Got to live. Got to live.
Yeah.
Got to live.
Yeah. If you don't need that overtime and you can afford to pass on it, take some time for yourself when you can. You know, that's not to say don't hustle, but you know, take your time when you need to.
Right. Hey, yo, so speaking of friends, so 2 friends had a versus battle 2 days ago now. Yeah, 2 days ago. 2 friends. And it was funny. Like, I don't know if you've seen, well, I know you said you've seen parts of it, but it was interesting to see. It was cool to see Tyrese and Tank having a versus battle. So shout out to Verzuz for still pushing his verses and putting great artists in front of us and reminding us of their catalog and how robust and great their careers have been. And it was awesome to see. But what also was funny to see was that dynamic of their friendship as they went back and forth battling, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell it was that type of friendship where, hey, look, I'm gonna pick on you, you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna come at you, but we got respect for each other, and it was dope to see.
Yeah.
So that versus battle, if you haven't watched the whole thing, go back and try to watch it from top to bottom if you can. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. Like the banter. You know what I'm saying? Like I know for sure if I'm gonna get a real response, a genuine response, I'm gonna get that from my friend. You're gonna give me a genuine response. If I want to test something out to see if I'm on the money or not,
yeah,
I'm gonna get a real response. You ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing, and I appreciate that about my friend. So
yeah,
hey, but that was fun to see. But check this out though. So I had another thought while I was watching it, outside of the great music that they displayed, and being good R&B singers too, which we are missing a lot of. Like people who can just stand flat-footed and just sing some good songs. But what I seen was a little concerning though. I'm talking about like that mental state, that mental health, and that mental disability in a sense. And I say that lightheartedly. Tyrese, man, seemed a little insecure on stage, dog. It seemed like, yo, you're a multi-platinum singer who's been in the game for almost 30 years now. You've been around all the greats. You put out some great classic music yourself. You've been on the big screen and all the Fast and Furious movies and the Baby Boy and the this and that and whatever it is, and still showed up and still performed and did a great job. but it seemed like it was some insecurities and some mental emotion that this individual like that Tyrese was going through. And we've seen he had some breakdowns on the internet, you know what I'm saying? My
Hey,
Shayla. You know what I'm saying? And it was on full display even while he was performing. Like, hey, Tyrese, you good? Black Ty,
on
you
like
good?
what level? Like,
On what level?
yeah, did you like? How did you peep that he was worried,
It's
like
just
insecure?
I guess it's like the in between, like you're trying to perform the songs, and then something happened that kind of throws you off, and you can just see like him being a little bothered and thrown off in instances. It's like, dude, you on stage, like you're one of the top of the generation of the past generation or whatever, and you can just see some uneasiness and
He
even in
was
the
easy to
even in the
fluster. Is that
vocals.
what you're saying?
Yeah, easily flustered with the banner that Tank was throwing at him, and it was interesting to see. It's like, at what point in a career, a robust career, does that uneasiness or or whatever kind of go away? Like, is that like a mental thing that somebody gets stuck in? And I've seen this before. Like I hear J. Cole when he was talking about his album that he was putting out, and even though after the album came out, by the time the album came out, it's like, okay, boom, the album's here. It's going to do what it does. But the insecurity in the process, and being somebody who does music, myself too, like that insecurity, when does that go away? When does that go away?
Probably never. Probably never. Because even with all your success, you're still gonna have to deal with the feeling of being, like an imposter syndrome. That don't ever go away for people.
That's a big thing. That's a big one. But it's like,
Yeah.
you can sing, you got hits. How do you still have that imposter syndrome? Like, how does that still sit? Like, even J. Cole was talking about, like, when he had the situation with the Drake and Kendrick Lamar thing, and he backed out, and going through it mentally because of what the comments were saying about him, and he done fell off. Well, he's this and he ain't that. He ain't what they say he is, and it's like, but you've been great for so
You
many
know what?
years.
I'm gonna
Why,
go the
why
opposite.
when you
I'm gonna
block that
say,
out?
look, I'm gonna say the imposter syndrome is healthy for somebody at that level.
Mm,
It's healthy. When you start
okay.
believing your own hype, that's when you put out a bad product, because
Good
you
point.
think that
Good
you
point.
can't do nothing but gold, and you actually do have the ability to create a turd, more than just gold. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah,
create a turd. So
yeah.
I think the imposter syndrome is a little healthy because somebody like Tyrese, for instance, Tyrese does the majority of his focus is on acting. So
Hmm.
he may be more confident in his acting than his music at this stage of his career.
Ooh, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Especially with social media, it allows you to see how many talented people are in the world. There's a lot of people
Hmm.
that can sing, so now
Yeah.
it's just like you still got to put yourself out there for the whole world to judge. And that can be nerve-wracking for anybody, no matter how good they told you that you were in the past. If you're not actively working at your craft and you come back to it for the world to see it, it's like you might be a little nervous.
Mm.
You can go out there and do like Ray J and them did when they did their verses, and man,
But
nobody can sing over here.
but here's the thing though, like imposter syndrome, be it as it may, you better than that though. You ain't gonna do that.
I
You gotta
don't
know you
know.
ain't gonna do that at the
It goes
very
back to the
least.
mind we talked about. We talked about the mindset. I don't know. Like I have imposter syndrome sometimes. Even as a confident Leo, I'm like, oh, am I
Uh-huh.
supposed to be doing what I'm doing now? Like, it's just like, oh, you think you good, but you don't really know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can look at the
Yeah.
results and be like,
Be like,
whew,
hold
I'm
on,
good.
am I straight?
After you
Am
see
I
the
good?
results.
Am
Yeah.
am I all right at this? Okay, they receiving it okay? Okay. But I
Maybe
mean,
I'm good. Because you think about
maybe
it
I
this
am.
way.
Maybe am I?
We like our music, but it don't matter if we like it if other people don't like it. Keep it for yourself
Hmm.
if only you like it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want other
Yeah,
people to like it at the end of the day. So
yeah.
it's our opinion don't matter as much as the world when it comes to artistically. Our opinion of ourselves doesn't matter as
True.
much.
Yeah, because that's what art is. Art is subjective. Art is supposed to be put out to be received in a way or not to be received in a way. Um, and you just never know how it's going to be received. But at what point do you stop caring though? Even from an artist standpoint, like somebody who's creating that art, do you ever not care about how your art's received and just do it because hey, look, this is how I feel. Y'all like y'all love it or hate it. I don't care. Can anybody ever get to that point as an artist?
Probably not. You can only get to that point if you're not successful at it. I can get
Yeah.
to that point, you know what I'm saying? But even
So you
then,
think even like
I
so
would
the
have
more
my feelings hurt if
successful you
somebody
are,
told me it sucked. Like,
yeah, yeah. So I guess if you always told us you suck, you're like, all right, well, I guess I just suck. But if you received at one point, I guess it's the I still got it thing. Do I still
yeah,
got it? Everybody wants to still have it.
yeah.
Everybody wants to still like you hoop. You still want to go out in the court and say, yeah, I still got it. So I guess
And
when it
then
comes
once,
to singing, rapping, whatever, making music or whatever it is, you want to still know that you got it, no matter how high you making it in your craft. Everybody still
right.
has that I still got it thing that they want to have.
And in music, especially, you got to live up to your past project every time.
Mm,
Whatever your past
mm.
project is, you got to live up to that moment.
You always,
The
yeah,
next,
you always compare it to your greatest work. Always
yeah,
compare it to your greatest work. And that's what Nas always suffered from. Is that he
from
started
the
out with
jump.
5 mic album at the top of the chart, be like consider like yo that guy is that Illmatic, always chasing Illmatic, no matter what he did, no matter
It
what he did, it was
never
always
truly got it
Illmatic.
as good as the work was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I might disagree. Me personally, I might disagree. I still think Stillmatic was better than Illmatic in my personal opinion,
I've
but
heard people say that album didn't age as well. It was the moment. In the moment, people felt that way.
mm,
But if you go back, I've heard people recently, I heard that conversation in the last month. They're like, go back
really,
and revisit Stillmatic. It ain't what it felt like in the moment. He got extra props for the fact that he came out of that battle with Jay. You know, is what a
yeah,
lot of people said.
think so. Okay, I might have to go look at that. I might have to play it today and see if I feel the same way. I probably won't, but. Mm,
Stillmatic had some skips on it. Stillmatic had about two skips, two skippable tracks on it, if we being honest.
I gotta go back and listen. I gotta go back and
Because
listen.
he
See if
gave
I
us a
have
lot of tracks. Illmatic was like 10.
10. Yeah,
Stillmatic was about
10.
16, 15, 16, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. Something like that. So if he
Too much
would have
room for
dwindled it
error.
down to 10, he could have had another Illmatic. So a lot of
Yeah.
people were saying that Tank's backup singers were off key, and that Tyrese singers were on point. Really, really. I didn't get that for either side. That one side's backups or background singers were either way. I don't really pay attention to background singers. Like I don't really like if the background singers are killing it. I'm cool. If they're off key, I can care less. It's about that person who's up front and center. Like are they doing what they need to do? Now your background singers can take you up a notch. They can bring you down a notch, but me personally, I focus on that the individual who's front and center.
Yeah, that's more my thing, man. But shoot, man, while we talking about musicians, man, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
shift gears a little bit, man. There's a musician from way back in the day that had a song
Okay.
because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. Afroman, right? Afroman is
Afroman.
he been in the news recently, man. Apparently, he lives in Ohio now, and in Ohio, he's in a small little town on some Dave Chappelle stuff, and they sent them
Mm-hmm.
boys in blue to go kick his door down and check to see what he had going on in his house. Afroman apparently said they kicked the door in, raided his house. And Afroman had cameras all in his house, so he
Mm-hmm.
had the whole moment documented. They were searching to see if he was selling drugs or had illegal money. They searched through everything, couldn't find anything. Took like I think it was $5 or $6 grand he had sitting in his house and took it with him. So
Mm-hmm.
he asked them as they were leaving, "Am I getting arrested? Did y'all get anything?" They were like, "Nah." He said, "Well, can y'all fix my door?" They were like, "Ha, that ain't what we do. That ain't part of the job description." They head out. Afroman goes up to the precinct to go recover his money, and they
Yeah.
stole like 500 out of it and didn't turn all the money in. So Afroman talked about how helpless he felt. So he decided to go on the offense. Afroman
Okay.
starts dropping diss track after diss track, a year-long release of diss tracks and videos to go with it, 13-minute songs. He's calling the officers out by name and showing footage from the raid in it. There's one talking about this fat officer that wanted, he said he wanted a piece of his pound cake that he had in the house. He made a whole song dedicated to this fat officer that wanted to eat his pound cake. And he was showing footage of the officer stopping and staring at the pound cake during the raid and stuff. Yes. Another one, he talked about how one officer, he slept with his wife. He's like, I slept with your wife. And he called them by their name, Officer so-and-so, I did this. Now, also Afroman called one out for hanging out with PDF files, that ain't how they say it. Yeah, he said, Officer so-and-so is friends with a PDF file, you know. And the cops finally had enough after Afroman has dropped a whole album dedicated to the whole force and everybody that was involved. Everybody got a diss track. This one chick, he said, he called her, it was like Lisa Lickum Low was the name of the track. And she was a lesbian. And he was saying she was sleeping with the other women on the precinct and all this other stuff. So the officers had enough. They took him to court.
He went too far.
They took him to court. The one officer said, ever since he alleged I was hanging out with PDF files, I've been, none of my kids' friends want to come by the house no more. They won't play with him anymore. He lost all his friends. They scared to come hang out with us. And they sued him. Afroman shows up to court in an American suit, looking like Don King. His lawyer comes in, American tie, flag on the tie, and Afroman wins the case. He wins the case against all of them. And he walks out bragging and feeling good about himself. And the question has arisen, did he take it too far? And it's like, I personally felt kind of good about the fact that the little man was able to come back and defend himself.
Hey, you get the smoke. You saying you started, like, what was the cause for them to go kick his door down? And then when they went through the house, they found nothing. Like, why would you even take, like, okay, I can see if they seized like a large sum of money. Say it was 50 grand, maybe 100 grand, something like that. But $5,000, man got $5,000 in his house. You take his money? Oh no, you gonna get the smoke. You took my money. You gonna get the smoke. I get it back. Okay, it's something missing. You damaged my property.
Yeah. And they said he felt like it was foul play involved. You know, they didn't have a plausible cause to do it, you know, and they did it anyway. And he was like, he said, I felt helpless. But in that moment, as an artist, how do I respond back to get my power back? And he made a power play.
You use your voice. Music. You use your voice. I mean, I would even say this right here. Like, you ever been pulled over and put in handcuffs, patted down, all because of what? Nothing, right? You've been there before. You feel violated. You feel like your human rights, your American rights are violated. They're violated. They violated you. They come into your home. Home is my sanctuary. They were just coming to my house.
Yeah. Neighbors looking at you like, what did he do? Judging you.
Look crazy in my neighborhood. Yeah. Now there's a stigma out on who I am and what I got going on. I don't know. You don't know how that might have hindered his ability to function in society.
Yeah.
So you mad that now I'm affecting your ability to function in society. But you don't know how that affected my ability to function in society. You took my money. What if that's the only $5,000 I had? What if that's the only money I had was that $5,000 in my house? What if I didn't get to eat that night? Yeah. And I got to go get my money back just so I can eat. What if that's all the money I had? What if? What if?
Yeah.
So guess what? When the smoke comes, you're going to get it. So the way you feel violated when somebody does that to you, they come into your home, they raise you, they do all of this stuff. They make you feel helpless and hopeless and you feel like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to get what you get. I'm sorry. As a man too, you're going to have to get it. And if the worst I can do is give you some words, you got to eat that.
Well, some video footage too. He used the camera footage in the videos he was doing too.
And it's my video footage. It's in my home from my camera.
Yeah, y'all did it. I'm just replaying the moments. He had a song, "Are you gonna fix my door?" He dropped off the "Are you gonna fix my door" song. He dropped everything. It went on for a year before they decided to sue him.
Yeah, you're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch it. I'm sorry. I'm with that. I'm with Afroman on that. And the judicial system, the system worked for him on his behalf, and I'm glad it did. I'm glad it did.
Man. it's good to see the little man fight back, man, against the system, because the system do us dirty sometimes, especially as black men, you know. So the fact he
Yeah,
was able to overcome it and actually put his foot in a few of their behinds along the way, and that's great. Now I feel bad for I hope they don't start harassing him around that little town he live in. You know what I'm
true,
saying? Like,
true.
because life could get rough for him after that. But
Hmm.
you know,
It can, but at the same time, like I would hope that he has some kind of protection going against like if he won his case in court. Hopefully that should show them that hey, look, you can't just treat him however you want to treat him. That now if he wants to maybe sue again or whatever, go to court against you again. Well, yeah, because he didn't sue, they sued him, right? They were trying to sue him.
they
So
sued
now if
him.
he wants to sue them for harassment, they probably want to back down. But like, look, we lost. We tried to come at him again, and we lost that. So hopefully the safe for him would be, hey, look, I already won a case. You don't want to smoke again. So hopefully
Yeah.
they leave him alone off of that harassment.
Yeah, and you know what else is dope? As an artist who had one hit, he fall in the uh,
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
one hit wonder category. He was able to take that and get him a little bit of momentum, get him a little motion out in the streets, make a little
yeah.
money, get his name back in the
Hopefully
media,
streams went up.
and yeah, streams went up. You know, people supported it. He got some views. You know, maybe he went viral. I don't know, but he was able to take that and turn it into a positive for himself, and hopefully find a way to make some good money in the process, man, or at least a little bit of money, you know. So
Little bit of
he hit
change
my
and some
radar, and
income
my radar is not even. I'm not tuned in. I'm not tapped in with a lot
and
of
tune
stuff.
in Afroman at all. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to believe he did good for himself in this, man. So shout out to
Yeah,
all the artists,
shout out to
man.
the little guy. Always root for the underdog. Always rooting for the underdog. Always root
Yeah.
for the for the one that they think ain't gonna do much. So
Hey, but look, and this is the other thing. As an artist, get back to the art. You know what I'm saying? Always take
mhm.
it back to the art. Way too often, artists forget about the art and they just take it to the gram or take it to X. Is it X? Yeah, take it to
Yeah,
X or
yeah,
wherever. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
What are your thoughts on the No Packet song? What they doing the line dance to that No Packet? Noodles, No Packet.
I don't know what that is.
You never
I
seen that
have no
finesse two
thought.
times? You
Nah,
gotta
is
see.
it his
I gotta send
song?
it to you.
Oh, okay.
It's like a little it's a little viral thing that's going on right now. I think they made it like a blues song or something like that. It's a little funny. It's a little funny. But it's
Packet though.
finesse
You
two
said
times.
packet. It sounded like you were talking about like oodles and noodles packet, like those
Yeah. So
ramen packets.
he had a ramen pack. So he was talking about how rough he had to he was coming up because I think his kids or somebody was complaining about not having this and not having that. He's like, yo, I used to eat noodles with no packet, cereal
You
with
just
the
eat
canned milk or milk, powdered milk,
Merc.
waffles, no syrup. It was like, nah, I had to get by how I had to get by. So how y'all gonna complain about something? So it's
Hey, look,
like,
I'm gonna say this right now for all the parents out there. You know, those stories used to sound like, you know, man, oh man, they overcame, they triumphed. But when I hear these stories now, I think as a father, I'd be like, man, you better stop telling them stories, man. Stop lying on me. We ain't had no
somebody,
roaches. You ain't stay with no rats. You ain't eating no packets of noodles unless you wanted them. Right?
you ain't
You
come
used
up
to
rough
lose
like
the
that.
packet. I had food. Like, stop telling these lies like I grew up poor, like you grew up with nothing. Like, that's how I look at it as a parent now. It's like, yo, stop putting your mom on blast or your dad on blast unless you really came up like
Yeah,
that.
'cause
Like,
that's the crazy thing. Like when people come up and they talk about how rough they had it coming up, you talking about how your parents raised their household or how their household was. That's a reflection on your parents in a sense. So
yeah,
yeah, you might have came up rough, but you're telling on your parents, man.
you
And they were
telling
doing
on
the
your
best they
parents.
could. They were doing the best they could.
If it's
Hopefully,
true.
hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. But man, let's review these cigars, man.
Yeah, I'm ready to review it now that I can't show off my ash. My ash was looking nice. I know you caught it. I know you caught it. I know you seen my ash. My ash was ashing. So but I lost it. It fell off. Um, but you know what? I'm not doing too bad. Davidoff did me okay. Davidoff did me okay. So I'm gonna go into mine real quick. I'm gonna talk
Go
about
for it.
Davidoff real quick. And I'll let you get into your Kentucky fire cure, just a friend. But Davidoff 10th anniversary. Um, so far so good. As far as aroma, you know what? Wasn't it? So what I smelled on the wrapper when I took it out the cellophane after I lit it, and now I've been smoking it for almost what, about 50 minutes to an hour now. The aroma wasn't great. It stayed with that bold, strong, punch you in the mouth type of aroma. But as far as the tasting notes, it didn't give me that. It was a lot easier and calmer than I was expecting. Maybe I'm just that seasoned smoker, you know. So I've been, you know, I'm a veteran in the game. You know, palate is tough. You know what I'm saying? I got hair on my chest. we're gonna chalk it up to that. We're gonna say I got it like that. All right. I'm a man about mine. But anyway, I digress. Tasting notes. We got some nice cocoa in there, man. Nice cocoa. A hint of sweetness with that cocoa. And I like that. I was not expecting it. Definitely some pepper, very peppery. Has some good spices, like that paprika type spice, which is kind of that I'm trying to think of like an almond chai type of thing with that cocoa. That's kind of like that thing I'm getting. Like an almond chai with some paprika and cocoa, that spice, some peppers, all those good things, right? Or not necessarily good things. Depends on your palate if it's good or not. But it was a nice little mixed bag when it comes to that. Um, Not so much on the earthy, oaky side, but more so on that peppery paprika, some almond, some chai, some pepper. So just in that vein. But it was done very nicely with that hint of sweet. So if that's not your thing, it might not be the best thing for you when it comes to a cigar. But for me, I liked it. It's not necessarily my thing, but it was pretty darn good for how Davidoff did it. And I expect nothing less for Davidoff to be a class act when it comes to handling flavors like that. Most cigar brands probably would not have been able to handle flavors like that. EQing it very well, made a nice package, really, really good. So not my top flavor profile of what I look for, but I think it did very well. So if I had to rate it out of 5, I'm gonna give it a solid 4.0, right on the nose, right at 4.0, only because it's not my flavor profile, but I enjoy what they did with it. Where it could have got some more points for me would have been if the aroma was a lot richer. Would have gave me a nice rich aroma to go along with the tasting notes. Even if the aroma matched it, or even if it was a contradictory aroma, I would have been fine. I just want something. Give me some kind of aroma that tells me I'm smoking a rich cigar. That's the only thing that really brought it down a notch, honestly, for me. The construction was very well. You saw my ash. My ash lasted very nicely. Really, really slow burn right to that second, third, doing very well. So 4.0. Davidoff, really good. I like it. I'm happy with what I got.
Okay. All right. And for me, with the Muat Kentucky Fire Cured, just a friend, and they say you're just a friend. So with this cigar, I would say
You
for
got what you
me,
need?
kind of got what I need. You know what I'm saying? But so for this one, I would say same thing that you started off with. The aroma and the body of that smoke and the boldness of that smoke is not what I got when actually smoking the cigar. It's just what's in the
Okay.
air. You know, it was a lot
Okay.
more manageable to deal with. Actually, smoking the cigar, it felt more medium strength on the chart. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
but the smoke itself in the air is very bold and barbecuey and mesquite, and some of that does come through in the tasting notes, the mesquite and the barbecue, and a little bit of a pepper in the beginning. You know, that gave it some spice, but that subdued and was less noticeable as we continued. Now, I only got probably at probably finished the first third, and if I may not have even totally completed the first third, but I'm somewhere in the first third still. So it was a slow burn on this stick, but I didn't get into a ton of changes for that reason. I noticed a little oak, I would say, with that, and probably the woodiness, of course, that comes with that. And then, like I said, that mesquite and that barbecue, you notice that with a little bit of pepperiness to it in the beginning. But that's generally what I dealt with as far as the tasting notes at this point. So I don't know what's to come later in it. As far as the draw, I did have a good draw on this cigar. I do have a little bit of a knock on what I would probably have to just chalk up to the construction, just because I don't feel like I ever really truly got a good burn going. It wasn't all the way even, and I did have to relight, and I felt like I was gonna have to relight at points. So I'm gonna dock it for that. But 1 to 5, I'm gonna go to 3.8. I'm gonna go to 3.8.
Okay,
Not a bad cigar for what it does. It's in that world of those ones that we know that you're gonna get. If you want a smoky stick, you got to go to something like that. It's in that world. I don't know in my world that they ever get over the 4s, those type of sticks, but
true.
Not bad though for what it is.
Yeah. Now I'm curious. We got to go back. What's that Man of War that kind of put me in that vein? I think I might have gave that a 4. I want to go back and see what I put that Man of War at. But that was one of the ones that I actually liked that did that very well. But I'm curious to know, because I'm right there in that same boat with you. I don't know if there's too many of those cigars that's like that's going to give me a 4 or 5. I would like to find it though. I would really like to find a 4 or 5 in that vein. Yeah, that would be a good find. Because I like that feeling every now and then. I do like that feeling, but I want something that's going to do it at a 4 or 5 or higher.
Yeah, and I wasn't mad at this feeling once I got into it, but I was very concerned going into it. But once I got going, it's like, that's not bad. It's not bad, you know.
Yeah.
But it ain't an everyday smoke either. Even with that being said,
Yeah, you got to be in the mood for it. Got to be in the mood for it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man.
But it did it good enough that even if you're not in the mood, you can handle it.
You'd be like, all right. Like, okay, it ain't what I wanted, but I'm chilling with my cigar. I'm good.
Yeah,
I can enjoy it.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, though, that's it for this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast. We're out of here. Keep your sticks up high, and hold on to your friends, man, and fix your mind. All of it. Get your mind right.
Yes, sir.